Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Some great games once again last night in the Euros. Brilliant games. We now know who we are going to face as England. We will be playing Germany next week, Tuesday. Mouth-watering. Look forward to that. Saka has to play in that game, yeah? Southgate. Saka must play. Right, so but looking forward to that game. England taking on Germany in the Euros. Of course, we are all waiting here trying to see what transfer activity is going to go down. A bit of a blow yesterday to Arsenal. We all know that Arsenal are after a creative midfielder. The priority at the start of the window seemed to be keeping Martin Ødegaard at the club. As well as trying to buy maybe Buendia if he didn't stay. But Odegaard, we know that Mikel Arteta absolutely loves him. Well, a big blow yesterday as Martin Ødegaard is being interviewed on the Norwegian TV channel TV2. And they asked him about his future. And these are his quotes. He says, Real Madrid have made it clear that they would like me to come back. So then it will be... time to go there when training starts again. Of course, it's always been a dream to play there. I've been at the club for over 6 years now, and that has always been my goal. Big blow to Arsenal. Odegaard, who had a very good loan period at Arsenal, did really, really well. As I said, Mikel Arteta absolutely loves him, would love to bring him in permanently, if not maybe on another loan, but permanently. I think it was the sort of priority for Arsenal, but seemingly there that he will be returning back to Real Madrid. Although, you know, it has been widely reported that that's it. He's gone, completely not leaving the club. I wouldn't really put it down at that yet, because he did also sort of go on to say that he hasn't really spoken to Carlo Ancelotti yet, but his sort of representatives have spoken to people around the club and they've said they want him back. They want him, you know, so... Things can change. We know that. They can change, but looking like he will be staying with Real Madrid, which means that Arsenal definitely need to get a creative midfielder. We've already missed out on Buendia. We know that. Who are they going to turn their attentions to now? Now, there's a lot of reports going around today that their priority now is Ødegaard Camavinga of Rennes. Super talented. You know, when you talk about wonder kids, he's definitely classed in that category as a wonder kid. Only 18. If you've ever seen him play, you would never know he's 18. He plays like a player about 25 plus. Matured, very, very strong, quick, good with the ball, good at pass. He's got everything as a midfield player. He really has. Said to be an Arsenal fan as well. Right, as a lot of the French players are, but lots of reports today that he is the new priority for Arsenal. That Edu and Arteta would love to bring him in. Aged at only 18, of course, he's hot property right across Europe. We know that Bayern Munich are really interested in him. We know that Real Madrid have been interested in him as well. And he's come out publicly and said, you know, I'm really flattered by all the interest that's been shown by all these clubs. He wouldn't be cheap either. You know, 50 million upwards. I mean, before the whole pandemic thing came about, he was being spoken about as a player that could cost like, you know, those ridiculous fees of like 80s, 90 millions. He's that sought after and he's that highly regarded and highly rated. Already had a few caps for France as well and seen as that sort of future player for France. Many people describe him as sort of like a Pogba, the new Pogba for France. So, yeah, that's one of the players being put forward there to come in. Very young player, only 18, as I said, but very, very good. Would love to see that as a signing. For me, that's one of those signings for the future. It's one of those players that if they come in and they do what they were doing at Rennes, replicate that at Arsenal, replicate that in the Premier League, the value would double. He's a quality player, but can Arsenal get a deal like that done? That would be a huge deal for this transfer window. Again, you're asking a player to come who's very highly regarded and really highly sought after to come and play with no Champions League football. But as I said, rumor has it he's an Arsenal fan. It would be a big move for him to come to London. Going to be interesting to see if Arsenal really do pursue this one. But that is some of the reports coming out today. They may turn their attentions back to Houssem Aouar. Aouar as well, we know, was the #1 target last summer for Arsenal. They didn't get the deal done at the time. Reportedly now available for around about 20 to 30 million, a lot less than the 50 million that Arsenal were quoted last season. At average season, suffered from COVID last season, which really set him back, but still a top quality player. There's been rumours coming out of France that Arsenal would be willing to offer him wages of up to £100,000 a week. Something that, you know, there's no way that Lyon are going to be able to do that. Lyon struggling a bit financially as well as, you know, so are Arsenal, to be fair. But some of the French clubs really struggling because, you know, they don't have that big TV money that the English clubs get. Remember as well that over in France, their league, it was a bit of a fiasco. Their league finished early. So the clubs are really struggling over there. And you've seen a lot of them selling some of their star players. So could Houssem Aouar be on his way to Arsenal this summer? We definitely need a creative midfielder. We've missed out on Buendia. If Odegaard is definitely staying, Arsenal need to move fast now and start targeting some of these players as quickly as possible. For me, I hear all the Ben White stuff and all that. These sort of positions are the priority as far as I'm concerned. There's also Manuel Locatelli, one of the stars of the Euros, scored 2 goals already in the Euros. Will be back in action again this weekend for Italy. Of course, he plays for Sassuolo. Still only 23 years of age. As I said, been one of the standout players of the tournament so far. There's been a lot of rumors again over the past couple of days linking us heavily with a move for Locatelli. I just can't see it, if I'm being honest with you. I did an interview over on the Don Robbie channel the other day with Fabrizio Romano, the transfer expert, and he was quite, you know, he was saying, listen, I can't see any chance of Arsenal signing him. I think he'll end up going to Juventus. Juventus are hot in for him. He's Italian, of course. Juventus is probably his dream move. But the rumours persist today that Arsenal are still after Locatelli, still would like to sign him. Oof, that would be a great signing. Would be brilliant. Remember, this also you're going to need a player to replace Granit Xhaka, because Xhaka's going to be probably gone come the end of his Euros. Switzerland playing this weekend. Say if Switzerland were to lose, you know, Xhaka comes back, that could get concluded quite quickly. We're going to need a replacement for Granit Xhaka. Lucas Torreira also looks like he's moving on. Torreira, of course, still only 25, still a young player. We know that he was on loan last season at Atletico Madrid, won the title over there. Didn't really figure week in, week out as much as he would have liked to have done with Uruguay at the moment at the Copa America. Lots and lots of rumors coming out of Spain that Lazio are set to sign Lucas Torreira on a season-long loan with an option to buy at the end of that of £15 million. So we know that Arsenal want to move Lucas Torreira on. He hasn't figured at all, really, for Mikel Arteta. It's a shame. When he first came in, I was really impressed with this guy. I was thinking, yes, he could be the answer for that midfield, an area that we've struggled in for so many years, holding midfielder. But he just hasn't settled at all in London. He said himself that he found it very lonely in London. And, you know, the other day he was even talking about going to play for Boca Juniors over there in Argentina. But it does look like he's probably going to end up in Europe somewhere. Arsenal, remember, paid a lot of money for him. And, you know, they're trying to recruit back as much money as possible for him. But Lucas Torreira will be on the move this summer. Lazio looking like the favourites at the moment to sign him. And what about Hector Bellerin? A lot of people seem to think that Bellerin will be on the move this summer. He's been at Arsenal now for 10 years. we know that there's been a host of clubs showing an interest in him over there in Spain. There's been Barcelona said to be interested, Real Betis, Villarreal. Now we're being told today that Inter Milan have added Hector Bellerin to a list of players that they want. Of course, they're selling Achraf Hakimi. He's on the verge of joining PSG. They're sort of brilliant right wing back who had such a great season, was so integral in Inter Milan winning the league over there in Italy last season. He looks like he's on the move, and they've drawn up a list, and one of the names on that list, they've got Dumfries on that list, but they've also got Hector Bellerin as a potential replacement for Hakimi. So could Bellerin be playing his football in Italy? In Milan, as a guy who loves his fashion, that would be right down his street. That would be very appealing to Hector Bellerin to be playing his football in Milan. But Inter Milan really, really interested, apparently, in Hector Bellerin. Again, a player that looks like he could be on the move this summer. There's a lot of interesting activity around Arsenal. It's such interesting dynamic. We could be looking at a completely different type of team come the start of the season, which I definitely think we could do with as well. And it's not long now till all the players return back to, you know, proper hardcore pre-season, and Arsenal got to hurry up and get some of these players in place. I know the Euros are going on, but it's critical that we have a good transfer window. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget AFTV News Daily. Make sure you check that out. That will be out tonight. So we come to you every night around about 7 o'clock. And we give you all the latest news surrounding Arsenal. So make sure you check that out. But thanks for watching the show today, and I'll be back tomorrow.